feel like Brendan Schaub exploded and then he had a moment to calm down.
Yeah.
But he already set this fire.
In Bryan.
In Bryan. And then he went over to talk to Rogan about it. But as he started getting, his senses back, he's thinking to himself, what the fuck have I done?
What have I done? And I like how Joe Rogan's just like everyone's dad.
Yeah.
They're like they run to and they're like, yo.
Let's talk about this. This is why I'm saying, look, by the way, I think Bryan Callen is so fucking funny, right? But his in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast.
Oh, wow.
We are the #1 podcast in all of Spotify.
Yeah.
You know this? Yeah.
Hey, dude, it's new. It's
Yeah,
a new news.
Hell yeah.
It's
Tiger
breaking.
Belly, above them.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, never heard
Who?
of them.
Who?
Who's Tiger Belly?
Yeah.
We're above, what's it called? The one with Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
Flagrant?
The one.
Flagrant. The first and the second one.
More like not so flagrant. Am I right?
In your face, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
White
Damn, boy.
supremacy.
Quite tame, if you ask me.
Damn,
Not like us.
What's the Fighter and the Kid? Suck my nuts,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
Never heard of them either.
Yeah, speaking
Who are
of that,
they?
huh? We're going right into it, dude. So I just came back from Korea.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And, every now and then I'm checking out that
Why'd you say
racist.
that, dude?
And then everybody's like, you got to talk about the Brendan Schaub and Tiger Belly thing. Brendan Schaub and Tiger Belly thing.
Those are requested topics.
These are requests. This is the
Whoa.
most request. I'm talking about in my Instagram DMs, the email, everything. So, and people generally, when they kind of like something, you'll see like 3 or 4. I'm talking about everybody wanted me to talk about the situation because
And you've been on both podcasts.
yeah, because they think I have some insider information and I don't. Number one, just to put it out, I don't know Brendan Schaub. Like I was on his podcast and that's it. And he was nice to me then, and that's how we left it at. And then I came on my podcast and I said his stand-up special was terrible.
You said that before. You said that before.
Before and
the way.
after. Before and after. Yeah.
Well, I said it during his podcast too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
asked
told
him
him.
about it.
Well, yeah, because
You're like-
I wanted to say,
So what's up with the shitty stand-up? Huh?
It was a great segue.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
well,
He was like, hi.
because I said it on my podcast.
My name's David. You suck.
Can I come on tour with you? No, but the reason why I wanted to bring, because I'm just genuinely curious, because he knows that nobody liked his first special. It's not something that's not known.
Yeah.
And if he's saying that, if me asking that he was surprised, then he's living in a hole. But so when I have to keep the same energy. I can't come onto his podcast and say, hey, I loved your special.
And that's why people like you, David. That's why people fuck
Yeah.
with you.
Oh, why? Thank you.
Yeah.
It was
That's why you're the #1 podcast on Spotify.
in all of YouTube.
Joe
space.
who?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Please, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Come on,
get outta
More
here.
like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
anyways, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah,
More like Joe fucking
but
billionaire. Yeah, fucking rich bastard.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
But
That was good.
the whole Tiger Belly thing that happened, I was on a plane and I downloaded the podcast because your boy got YouTube Premium.
Damn.
All right,
for you.
Damn.
I spend that fucking $8 a month.
Yo,
Fuck yeah.
David's doing okay in life.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
You can afford YouTube Premium.
That's real shit.
Yes, sir. I
He's
had
like
a-
ads. I don't really
No
get
I
ads.
had a 6-year-old Vietnamese girl knit these shoes for us. So,
Yeah.
your boy got it pretty good. But I downloaded the whole thing. And I had to listen to the whole podcast. And it was a very interesting thing because, number one, just right off the jump, like I said, I don't really know Brendan Schaub. And Bobby and I, we met each other 6 or 7 times. But we're not like, he's not calling me for advice. We're not like hanging out 24/7.
Not
right?
yet, dude.
Yeah, but he's somebody that I genuinely care about. He's been always super nice to me. And I think I have a general feel about him just because I say like, let's say hours spent, we probably spent like 10 hours together total, which is not much.
Mhm.
But having seen this whole debacle, right, it was just a really awkward thing to watch. It was so fucking awkward and at the same time hilarious because the premise of this whole thing, if you guys don't know, is that it all stemmed from this early on Trash Tuesday podcast, right? Trash Tuesday is Kalila, Annie Letterman, and Esther Pavitsky's podcast, right? Annie Letterman and Esther Pavitsky are female stand-up comics, and then Kalila are friends, and they kind of made their own thing. So they told a story on the podcast where they were talking about a not funny comic that tried to fuck them, right? Not Esther Pavitsky. For some reason, she was left out. She was just in the corner like, what about me? But Annie Letterman and Kalila alluded to this comic, didn't say his name, that tried to fuck him. And obviously these are like hints that everybody's kind of like, oh, they're talking about Brendan Schaub. So Annie Letterman basically said that, hey, there's this non-funny comic who tried to get me to walk him to his car. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to blow you in your truck? And Kalila talked about this time where that same comic hit on her. I forgot what the specific
It was like he DM'd her.
Yeah, he DM'd her basically wanting to fuck, right? That person apparently turns out to be Brendan Schaub. And this is during the time that he is married, I think, or not.
I don't know.
It could be. I don't know if he was married or not, but it was like, I think on the podcast, they said it was like 6 or 7 years ago. 7 years ago. So if he was still with his lady then it was during the time that he was with his other lady.
Sure.
Which already is fucking foul as shit.
That honestly, that's the first and last strike for me, bro.
Yeah.
Right? It's like he always
first strike was his first stand-up special.
Nah, bro. But
I'm kidding, Brendan. Don't fight me.
Nah, bro. But it's like, if that's your homie's girl
Mm-hmm.
and you slide in her DMs, like,
What are you doing?
we got beef.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude?
That's forever beef. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. That's just me, but I don't know.
So he was just hitting her up out of nowhere and was like, yo, let's like kind of fuck type shit?
Don't know the specifics, but essentially that's
That's what it was.
is.
Oh, okay.
So, and this is somebody that he says, here's the thing that I really, really dislike probably about Brendan, not from a personal experience, but what this kind of shows about his character as a human being is that I dislike people who say the word, that's my brother, that's my friend, and they're not. Stop saying that shit. Stop saying to people, he says it consistently, because I watched The Fighter and the Kid, that's my brother, man. He's like a brother to me. Brendan, shut the fuck up. He is not your friend. He is a work acquaintance that you guys have good jokes with. They say good things about you. That doesn't mean that they're in your fucking circle. What are you, fucking 13 years old? Are you fucking dumb? You don't know what friends are yet? Do you have no fucking real friends? And if that's the case, that's your bad.
Yeah.
You surrounded yourself around people who like to throw these words out. That's my brother. That's my friend. That's my boy. So many people in this fucking city say that shit so often. It's just glued to their fucking lying lips. Brendan, Bobby Lee is not your friend. He was never your friend. You guys were cool with each other. Those are two fucking big differences.
Yeah.
And those guys say those words so often. And so, and the idea behind that, the reason why that kind of annoys me is that for you to go on the podcast, right, which is cool, that's fine. You're trying to bury the hatchet or you're trying to, save skin right now because he's honestly on the back foot, like Kalila was saying, is that you're saying that this is my brother. This is how you treat your family?
That's the crazy part.
Right? What is this definition of friendship and brotherhood that you keep fucking saying? Stop saying that shit. That's the only thing that annoyed me.
You can't do that type of shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's unforgivable.
Like you're trying to fuck this guy who says he's somebody you look up to, that you admire and appreciate. You're trying to fuck his fucking girlfriend. Get the fuck out of here. You're lying.
And it's weird because like I'm sure you feel some type of way about like who Bobby is. You know what I mean? It's like, you think you can get away with that?
Yeah.
You don't think like...
You don't think Kalila told him?
Yeah, you don't think that's going to come out?
And for sure, Bobby knew already.
Yeah.
And at the same time, here's the thing that fucks me up.
They talked about it on Tiger Belly before too.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, 6-7 years, right? He comes on the podcast and acts like nothing happened.
Yeah, and then they brush right by it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. That's where it really starts, I think.
Yeah.
Personally.
You trying to fuck his girlfriend.
That's the real elephant in the room.
Yeah. And
or you took the attempt, which is, I think, not okay.
It's definitely not a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm gonna try to fuck your wife.
Yeah, like crazy.
It's not chill.
It's just a little weird that he would, I think people just kind of brush that under the rug. Like that's not a brush under the rug type of shit.
Right.
That's you getting murdered type of shit. Like you don't get to do that. And he's bro. It's like, obviously nobody's going to do shit to Brendan Schaub. You're a former top 10 heavyweight in the UFC and you're on gear.
He's very large.
And talking it like with
Very
comedians
strong.
too. Like
Very
comedians
strong
aren't
guy.
like the toughest bunch in the world. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's
We're
like
all a bunch of pussies.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like, fuck, like to Bobby Lee, like, come on now. You know?
I mean, the guy fucking literally just got out of rehab.
Yeah.
And his body is all misshapen. Like, what the fuck? What are you gonna? Sorry, Bobby. But
He looks great now.
He lost some weight. He looks fantastic.
He looks great.
But like, what are you gonna do? Like, what is Bobby gonna do?
Yeah,
Is that why you felt that you could just go ahead and talk to his girl because there was no consequence?
Yeah. That's some
You
bullying
got to ask
shit.
that question,
Yeah.
right? You got to ask that question.
And in the podcast, you kind of like go through some of the comments, right? Because a lot of these people who are writing these comments are hugely the Fighter and the Kid fans, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, and they're shitting on Kalila.
Yeah, giving her hate, bro.
Here's the thing why, for me, I'm trying to look at this and like, I don't really know Kalila like that. We don't really talk like that either, but we're very cordial with each other, right? The thing that the weird part is like, do you see how Kalila's like neurotic behavior? Did you see how she had all this evidence lined up and she had to get her evidence out? That's the purpose of the podcast. So of course she was going to do that. How is that a point against her? The reason why they brought them on is to get the timeline out and so they could see what it really is about. So for people to write in the comments like, yo, that's her being a manipulative, crazy person. No, that's her being prepared. What is she, fucking Amber Heard here? She's not going to just walk in and start saying random shit and fake cry.
And just make stuff up.
Right. Shout out to Amber Heard. You have thoroughly entertained me throughout my 13-hour flight.
We'll talk about that too.
We definitely have
to loop
go.
back. We got to loop back.
We'll loop
There's
back.
new development.
Yeah.
Is there?
There's
I don't know about him.
It's hilarious.
New shit.
Because she's
No
on the
pun
stand
intended.
now.
Come on now.
She's on the stand.
Yeah, we'll talk about this after this part. But the weird whole thing about this too is this is a lot of he said, she said stuff. This is what I don't like.
Yeah.
How do you go off and just start making threats to somebody based on stuff that you didn't look into? You openly admitted you didn't look into it. He goes, my team said, who's your fucking team, guy?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, bitch? Who the fuck is your team?
Yeah.
And he's just like basing off this whole thing. And his
Patrick Riley.
It's me. Dude, they're talking so much shit right now. Dude, they're talking shit about you right now, dog.
David so
I'm right here right now.
Start sending the address. How'd you find where I live? Don't worry about it. Patrick did.
Patrick Riley.
I don't know if it's because his CTE fucking flared up. And in the moment, this is what I truly believe happened. He heard this shit from Bryan Callen or somebody, right? He starts getting fucking mad and starts going on a rampage. And after all the dust settles, he goes, what have I done? I fucked up. And now he's trying to, pick up the pieces after he just threw a fucking grenade and exploded everything. And now he's trying to be like, okay, I shouldn't have done this. But guess what? You already got Bryan Callen pissed. So Bryan Callen's going to do what fucking dumbass Bryan Callen does, which is pretend to be this fucking tough guy.
That's the part that makes the whole Reddit, like the IP address thing to like that Bobby Lee was a Reddit mastermind.
Wait, what are you insinuating here, bro?
No, I'm saying like that whole idea makes no fucking sense at all. Like I'm like, I don't even understand how somebody logically could be like
Sounds
that.
like you're being really dismissive about it, bro. Like give it some time to like sit a little bit.
Victim blamer.
Yeah, bro. Jeez.
No, that shit makes no sense. Like what the fuck, dog?
Well, the funny thing is too, on the podcast, Bobby was like, I don't even know how to use the internet.
Yeah.
And everybody says that about him. Literally everybody. Like Chris D'Elia apparently texted Bobby and was like, bro, you don't know how to do shit.
Yeah, he was like
Check your
laughing.
email.
I already called him laughing. Like, what the fuck?
Everybody's like, all of his friends are messaging him just laughing at that one part.
Yeah.
Because they know how ridiculous it is. Because if you know Bobby, what's his face? Brendan Schaub says that's his brother. Then how do you not know this fool is technologically inept? For him to, I don't know how to use Reddit. Reddit is so complicated.
Well, I don't even understand, like, because Bryan Callen and Bobby Lee have known each other. They
For
both
years.
did Mad TV. They've been around, like, they've known each other for a while. It's just like the escalation. Like, if I was like, my team told me Nick is fucking talking shit on Reddit about you and your fucking bitch ass and like all this shit, saying you're adorable. Like that dude.
I'm like, yo, Patrick got weak dick, bro. Spread the word.
Hey, he's adorable, dog.
He's a sweetheart.
He's a sweetheart, dog. All this bullshit. First of all, I'd be like, why would Nick do that? A, and then, but B, I would like call you and be like, yo, what? Like, if I really felt some kind of way, I'd be like, hey, I've heard this. Like, what's going on? Like, to just be like, I'm gonna fucking ruin your life because you. Like the jump is the part I don't understand.
The 0 to 100.
But that's what I'm saying is like, why
ruin your career?
Why were they so? I mean, I can understand Brendan being like on a trigger because he has been getting hate for years about how he sucks as a stand-up and like all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
those are just facts. I'm kidding.
bam, 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 bam.
I'm kidding.
He was waiting in the pocket.
All I'm saying is like,
if your team sees this and you hear through the grapevine about the things that I've said about you, it's true.
Your team.
Patrick Riley.
But like I don't get where Bryan Callen, like what I just don't understand.
Did you hear his apology on the fighter and the kid?
The leap. I saw a piece of it, but I just don't understand the leap to that extreme.
Well, this is the weird part, right? This is what I'm saying. I feel like Brendan Schaub exploded and then he had a moment to calm down.
Yeah.
But he already set this fire.
In Bryan.
And then he went over to talk to Rogan about it. But as he started getting, his senses back, he's thinking to himself, what the fuck have I done?
What have I done? And I like how Joe Rogan's just like everyone's dad.
Yeah.
Run to and are like, yo.
Let's talk about this. This is why I'm saying, look, by the way, I think Bryan Callen is so fucking funny, right? But his behavior is so nuts.
No, he said he's a protector. That's what he said on the podcast.
A protector of what?
That's why he said he got upset, and that's why he blew up at Bobby.
Okay, well, let me tell you.
That's what he said on his podcast.
If I was out in the middle of the street, right, and an Asian attack happened to me, right, and then Bryan Callen was, I got you, I would look at him and say, I'm good. I got this myself.
Yeah.
You stay over there as I hear your knees and elbows crack as you're walking up. So like fucking bubble wrap. Back the fuck up. I'm okay. Nobody needs you to protect anybody.
Yeah.
Fucking relax, guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just walking up, I got you. I'm good. And I'm getting stabbed repeatedly.
It's okay. I'll take this one. I'll take the L. Thank you.
Good God, Bryan.
Yeah.
I don't know if did he get bullied when he was a kid? Like, what is going on? Or maybe he was the bully.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, it just doesn't make sense. I'm like, how the fuck?
Well, the weird thing is too, it's like so there was this clip of Joe Rogan referring to somebody, right? Talking about a situation
too,
which clearly sounds like the Tiger Belly situation, right? And the fucking fact that, I'm not saying it's a fact because this is all hearsay, right? But
it's fun hearsay.
It's fun hearsay. If in fact that this is true, just from that clip that I saw alone, and I went back to the whole podcast, it could possibly be that it is Brendan Schaub that he's referring to.
Okay.
But he's like, okay, this guy comes up, he starts talking to me about the situation, and then I'm telling him, are you willing to risk it all for this circumstantial evidence that you're not even sure about?
Yeah.
Does this make sense? And I think that is the moment where Brendan was like, oh, fuck, what have I done? Genius Farts. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. My friends, if you have heard me talk about BetterHelp a million times and you're like, oh my God, David, not again. You know why? Because I love BetterHelp and I use it consistently. I need someone to talk to, and it can't always just be my personal friends who have their biases. I just need someone to listen to me so I can feel better. And mental health is just important as my physical health, so I'm going to make sure that my shit stays sharp. Life can be super overwhelming, my friends, and many people are burned out without even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, feeling helpless or trapped, whole bunch of no-nos in my life that I don't want. And talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing the stress in your life, and that's where BetterHelp comes in. It's customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. And it's much more affordable than in-person therapy. Yes, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Genius Brain listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/genius. That's betterhelp.com/genius. And he said there's a whole investigation from the feds, right? Which he said that he misused the word feds, which wasn't him misusing that word in my personal opinion. It was him trying to make the situation a lot bigger to scare people, to make them feel bad for him. Be fucking honest. Just be fucking honest. Nobody misuses the word feds for somebody just looking into something in a Reddit. Right. For which, by the way, already doesn't make sense to me because that's not how Reddit works.
That's their jurisdiction, though.
Yeah.
That's the federal government's jurisdiction.
Yeah. They just go into Reddit all the time because everything on Reddit is real.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
Sure.
So the weird, sketchy part is that on the podcast, he states like, hey, after this podcast is done, I'll show you everything, all 300 pages, whatever. Because he said it was 300 pages of evidence. They did a second podcast because they were supposed to talk about it. He didn't show them shit. He lied. He went to their phone. He showed a zoomed up thing of like some little
source code. And then because he was saying in the whole podcast that Tiger Belly, that they linked this account that was doing all kinds of crazy shit, spreading hate to the Tiger Belly Gmail account. And they had the source code zoomed in with the email and then a name under it, Robert Lee. But it was all source code and it was like zoomed in. And that was like the only thing they showed. But there was no context. So that's why they're like, well, what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm looking at. If you're just looking at a bunch of source code with an email, like, does that necessarily mean that's who's been behind it the whole time?
Yeah, what does that mean?
And then their point is like, look, if that's our fucking email, well, now we didn't know if we got our shit hacked. So if our shit's fucking hacked, our emails, like, we're fucked. Yeah. That's connected to all of our accounts.
Wow.
But then later on, I guess like Brendan doesn't respond, and then he comes out with the thing saying, hey, look, my team and I are going to handle it, and we don't feel comfortable sharing this information with you. But you literally said that you were going to do it after the podcast.
Yeah. So
there's just too much weird back and forth, a lot of he said, she said shit.
Yeah.
For him to go on this whole like tirade and mission to take Bobby Lee down and confront him and threaten him over something he didn't even look into himself is fucking stupid. Like, it's dumb, especially if he's your brother and friend.
Yeah.
If I heard, like, I don't know, let's say, oh, you know, Joe and Bart were talking shit about you, right? I'll be like, probably. You know, I probably did something dumb.
Yeah.
And they probably said it to my face.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, right.
And I
right.
would just leave it at that because that's the relationship that we had. Like, it would never even get to the point where I have to take Joe and Barton aside and say, is this what you said?
Yeah.
Because if I really am their brethren or brother or whatever, I would be like, okay, it was probably because I did this dumb thing and they were saying how stupid it was, which is true. And that has happened before, maybe not with them, but other people where I've done something dumb and they're like, oh, somebody told me that you did this. I was like, yep. that was me.
That was
That
me.
was me.
That was DavidSo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Decent.
You know,
Number
and it's a
one
funny
podcast on
conversation. And I talked about it on the podcast. So it's what it is.
Yeah.
So I just found it really childish how this whole thing happened off of somebody getting mad over something he heard through somebody else.
It makes no fucking sense.
But something
dude.
that he like did. You know what I mean?
and
Like
then-
it started from this, like maybe not with the Annie Letterman shit or whatever, at least with the Kalila story. It's like
So
he said on the podcast, like, yeah, I talked to Bobby about it. You know, we squashed it, but at the same time, it's like,
about what him like hitting on Kalila?
yeah, and you can't be mad that they're talking about it. Like, it's happened. You did it. You know, like I don't know. Like it's just kind of wild to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Damn. The whole thing makes no fucking sense to me. I was just like,
The escalation doesn't
yeah,
make
the
sense, right?
escalation makes zero sense.
Like Bryan Callen threatening Bobby with Joe Rogan is the biggest pussiest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to tell my daddy on you.
Yeah, right.
It's like, what are you doing, dude? And also, too, Bobby knows Joe Rogan.
and also Joe Rogan seems like the kind of guy that'd be like, I'm staying the fuck out of this
Yeah.
weirdo bullshit.
He's like,
Yeah,
this
I'm
is why I'm
pretty
in Austin, bro.
I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan was like, listen, that's your thing. Don't ask me for advice.
yeah.
What am I going to do? Just lay down the hatchet and fucking start chopping people's heads
Yeah,
off?
like what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's like, I'm a billionaire.
He goes, you can't go on the podcast anymore. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, what was going to happen? The
Yeah.
idea that Bryan Callen threatened Bobby with Joe Rogan is the sorriest, saddest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What's weird too is that like there's like a pattern like with Bobby Lee and then Ariel Helwani. It's like there's all these like weird little conflicts that they keep getting into. It's like
Because of his mouth.
eventually it's like, okay, who's the problem? You know,
Mhm.
Ariel Helwani.
It's Ariel Helwani, dude.
Ariel
That
Helwani.
fucking knows, dude.
dude, he went hard, bro.
He went hard.
Well,
He
Ariel
went
Helwani
hard.
He's still throwing shots too.
destroyed Brendan Schaub.
He went
so bad.
so hard, dude.
Like, I've never liked Ariel Helwani so much in my life. Not because he was doing to Brendan Schaub, because how he dealt with that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like him just going like, oh, okay, I'm going to call Brendan Schaub right now. I want the apology live. And
Yeah.
Honestly,
Calls him.
it kind of reminded me of David.
He just comes up. He goes, Brendan, pick up your phone. Just like that.
Bro, he was so G the whole time. I was like, I didn't know this dude had it in him to be this
Neither did
thug,
I.
He did
dude.
like a 30-minute monologue, just going in
and
on
they
it.
would just hit him up in the background. Hey,
Yeah.
man, what's that? Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that fool too. Hey, man, what's that? Dude, I'm like, hell yeah, dude. What's going on?
That's how I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the ironic thing was that on Tiger Belly, he was talking about for Brendan. He goes, "I'm okay. You know, I'm a comic. I'm an entertainer. You could make fun of me, talk about me being a bad stand-up, whatever, right? But when you go, you know, after me personally and my family, and this stuff is toxic, how funny you did the same thing to Ariel Helwani. How funny, Brendan, that you literally said on your podcast, I heard through hearsay, which apparently you're really good at just regurgitating stuff through hearsay, that Ariel Helwani is a bad fucking co-host and a terrible person to work with and networks hate.
That's crazy.
And you're going after his fucking money and now his family. You did the same thing. What are you talking about?
yeah.
What is this nonsense? And
Yeah.
listen, on this podcast too, we say some shit, but guess what? In my stories, I change all the fucking names and half the details are flipped out. You know why? Because I come from a very small town. Like, you tell these stories, you can't tell them straight up because everybody knows who that is.
Mm.
You should all do the same. Any story that you've heard, unless it's people that you guys know, the names are all flipped. And if I forget, I bleep it out in the podcast.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's none of that shit with them. And they think that they could just do whatever the fuck they want, which I understand. Maybe a story from 50, 60 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, it might be okay. Because who
Yeah.
the fuck cares about this shit, right? But at the end of the day, you're talking about somebody who's a constituent in your space, which kind of goes back to with Kalila too. One of the things that Kalila got shit for was because she kind of threw it off as giggly girl talk,
Mm.
which is a little unfair.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you said that shit, you kind of know what's going to happen on the internet.
Exactly.
The internet is going to take it, and then fucking ride it out. Right. So Kalila did fuck up on that part.
They're throwing shots.
Yeah, she was throwing some harsh shots, right? And yeah, it is giggly girl talk, but once again, this is the internet, and Kalila also knows how hurtful the internet can be, which they admitted to, that they don't really read comments because of that. So she should also know that when you say that type of stuff, you understand the consequences that are going to come out of it.
Right.
So she has to own up to that. So when she says giggly girl talk, I understand, but at the same time, you're in the space, you should kind of know or foresee what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, maybe you shouldn't have tried to fuck her.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's your homie's like girl. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That just blows my mind.
That is crazy.
That really blows my mind.
Dude,
but-
Bobby is so hilarious at the end of the podcast. This Brendan goes, Bobby, I just want to let you know I love you. And then Bobby goes, I wish I could say the same.
He does?
He said it at the end.
That's
He
funny.
said at the end, I started dying laughing.
I think you're right about like the people that say like this is my brother, like this is because you're right because it's so like I've had that too where people I've had guys be like, I love you, dude, and I just kind of was like I didn't feel it back, so I didn't say I don't know, like I'll tell you I love you.
Play it off. Hey man, I love you, dude.
He was looking at me and I was like, cool, like I just said cool.
You went, dang!
And I was like, I don't love you
You
back.
should have leaned in for a kiss.
And
Like,
I just-
show me you love me.
It was the guy from the gym. Fucking
You're a sweetheart though, dude.
but yeah, no, you're right. Like that is a red flag when someone's constantly like, this person's my, and you barely know him. It's like,
What
are you doing?
One of the biggest
What are you
advice I always give to
doing?
these kids too, and you know what? I gotta stop saying
Talk
kids.
to the kids.
Just
Talk to the
Look at the
kids.
camera. Talk to the kids.
Talk to the kids. Let them know.
children.
Yeah, David So moment right here.
Drugs
Talking to the
are
kids.
fun.
Do all of them.
They are
Pretty good.
great.
Pretty good.
Weed is not addictive. Cocaine even better. But stop fucking on the first date. A lot of like girls like who are subscribers, they always bring up the same email, and I never talk about the shit about this advice column because it's always the same shit. I thought I knew this person. I always ask them the same thing. How long did you know them?
Trust nobody.
They knew them they met them 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You don't know them.
You don't know them.
You met each other at Cabo. You had a couple of drinks. You know, somebody ran a train on you.
Let's
Whatever.
go.
Whatever, dog.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Fucking hot.
Let's go to
Train.
Cabo.
Fucking hot. Fucking hot.
I'm hard.
I never masturbated to an
aroused.
email so much in my life. So
These
you-
emails are
I'm
lit.
coming. I'm coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you fucking met this person. You had a great time. You guys were drunk. That's that one experience.
Yeah.
You don't know them.
Yeah.
But then they go, this is my girlfriend. Dude, I fucking love her. She's the best. She's not. You don't know her. You had a good time here.
Yeah.
You don't know who the fuck this person is. So when they do weird shit to you, that's because you didn't know them.
You didn't know them.
This is who they are.
Yeah.
They didn't change. You didn't change either. The only difference is that you trusted them. They didn't trust you. And so you got a little hurt from it. Stop fucking on the first date. So even for Brendan Schaub, like my question to him would be, who are your friends? Who is in your fucking circle? Because clearly at this point, the people in your circle aren't doing a very fucking good job. And I'm not talking about his staff. I'm talking about his friends. I don't know. I met Chin. I met his staff. They're all fucking dope, right? Who is in your personal circle? Because clearly they would have never allowed you to put out that second special like that. That shit was bad. And that's how we're ending the podcast.
The podcast is over. Number one podcast, Spotify.
No, I'm kidding. Like, I'm not. But I am.
You're not.
I'm joking, but I did not like
but
the
like
second
a little
special.
truth. A little truth.
And that's what did
I
you
got-
like
I'm
about
gonna
it?
watch
What
it.
did you
I'm
like
gonna
about
watch
it?
it
I haven't
tonight.
seen it.
I'm
I
gonna
only
watch it
saw the
tonight.
one clip about his kid calling him puto and he didn't know what that meant.
Puto.
I thought that was funny.
Did you laugh? How hard did you go haha or did
Yeah,
you, haha?
I was like,
Dude, the
because
laugh.
I only saw a couple of clips from his first special, but
The funniest
from
part
the
about his
one
special.
clip
Did you
on the YouTube of his second special, I was like, oh, this is funnier than the first one. This is better than the
Oh,
first
so
one.
here's
Did
the
you
thing.
smirk?
Yeah, I was like, and me and Tiff were watching it. She was like, oh yeah, that's pretty funny. No, we did like that. No, we did like that. We went.
When
We were
people
smiling
When
like,
people go
oh
high
yeah.
pitched like that,
lies.
Lies.
Once you hit that octave, it's a lie.
Tiff was like, oh yeah, I like Doctor Strange. It was, that's pretty good. That's what she said.
Oh no, Shang-Chi was great. Yeah.
What are you talking about, David?
Yeah. But
Shang-Chi.
I'll say this, better than his first special.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, more
But once you hit
experience.
rock bottom, it's pretty hard not to go up from there. So it's like his first special was really, really, really bad.
The
right?
first one, I think he was only doing comedy for a year,
A year or maybe 2 years. or
maybe
something.
two,
Yeah.
which is insane.
That's tough.
It's crazy. I think
That's
the only
insane.
other person that did that was, I think Eddie Murphy shot Raw, and that's like his third year of doing stand up.
oh,
I
that's
could be wrong. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong.
But that's Eddie though.
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
If that's true because that's specials hilarious.
yeah,
as
I
fuck.
think Eddie Murphy was only doing comedy for maybe a couple years when he shot that special.
What a
So
beast.
there's
He's
only
so
a,
good,
but
though.
that's fucking Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he's
That's
so-
Eddie Murphy.
he's
Yeah,
legend.
one of a kind.
That's
One of a
Michael
kind.
Jordan type of shit.
Yeah.
You know,
One
what I mean?
of a
That's
kind.
LeBron James shit.
Yeah.
You know, so let's not compare it. You know, because okay, I think his second special was better than his first, but he keeps going through these same tropes, right? And his constant joke throughout the whole thing was him talking about his not being Mexicanness for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The bit was too long. It was just the same type of trope and jokes throughout the whole fucking thing. And the thing that he doesn't do very well, it might be because the stuff that he was shooting was his special, he always sounds nervous and uncomfortable on stage.
My lovely genius farts, we are here to talk about Purple, my friends. Let's keep my lights on so I'm not out in these streets giving out hand jobs. Purple is a lovely sponsor of this podcast because I freaking love my Purple mattress. I don't know how many times I can say it. I love my mattress. I was just in South Korea, and the biggest thing that I missed about being back home was not my stupid dog who loves me so much. It's my Purple mattress that I didn't get to sleep in for 2 weeks. I dream of my mattress. The best sleep I've ever had in my life. And guess what, my friends? If you don't know, Purple mattresses have this thing called the Gel Flex Grid. It's a super stretchy, ultra squishy material that adapts and flexes around pressure points and doesn't retain heat. If you're a hot sleeper and you be sweating shit up, you're nasty, nasty boy or girl, you need to get yourself a Purple mattress with that Gel Flex Grid. I love my mattress. Listen, you spend a shit ton of your life sleeping. You better make sure it counts. And let me tell you something. If you get yourself a Purple mattress, you will never, ever go back to another mattress ever. Getting a great night's sleep starts with having a great mattress. Get a Purple mattress. Go to purple.com/brain10 and use code brain10. For a limited time, you can get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/brain10, code brain10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/brain10, promo code brain10. Terms apply.
A lot of his shit fell short and super flat. This is not me as a comic per se, shitting on him. I'm just talking about somebody who just wanted to enjoy his special. Because there was no way in my mind that his second special was going to be as bad as his first one. And it was true. His second special was way better. But it was not good, though. The best part about his special was the comment section. Hilarious, dude.
People were roasting him?
People were roasting. And I understand why he doesn't read comments, because I would kill myself.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What were they saying? Bro, people are like crazy.
They are.
about it.
Open up your phone and just go to the comment section.
Look, even if you do something perfect, say you made something perfect, the
People
internet is still gonna shit on it. So I was on YouTube, because I was looking for this whole debacle shit. I typed in Brendan Schaub and it was like terrible comedy, not funny. Like those are all,
bro,
like
people have people dedicate YouTube channels of just like doing hit jobs.
Yeah, that's so unnecessary. Like
that is unnecessary.
Or you trying to attack him for being a bad comic.
Like take it easy.
The first comment,
is
says, "This is brutal" from Sad Frog.
What
some people are saying, all jokes aside, huge improvement from his previous special.
That's positive. I like that positivity on
No. Hold on a second. Literally 3 days ago, these comments were not this. So they've deleted a lot of comments.
Maybe they might have. YouTube might have gone through there and like a bot or something.
They deleted every bad comment. There's no bad comment on here. Wow. There's not a single bad comment on it. They deleted all the bad comments.
Some said this isn't that bad.
Write a comment saying we're filming a podcast right now.
Oh, I should have. I literally was cackling my ass off laughing at some of these comments.
Oh, so some of them got deleted, huh?
Damn, bro.
Some of them, all of them got deleted. All the negative comments got deleted.
Wow.
Some of them were pretty.
There's 5,000 comments on there, too.
It's all like David's got emails. It's like all your fucking comments have been deleted and removed.
He's like, God damn it.
God damn it, dude. 1,000 notifications.
Damn, they deleted. But that kind of sucks,
man.
Because the comments were hilarious. I'm so sad.
Yeah,
they were. It's not that, like I said, I'm not reveling in the fact that he's getting roasted. I'm saying that some of these comments were
funny,
genius.
Yeah,
bro,
that's what I'm saying.
People that write jokes in there.
Look. If I get it, it's mean, but like if it's funny, it has value. So let it live, baby. It's funny. Let it rock.
I'm alive. Comedy's
comedy, baby.
Why
Sometimes
would
it's
you delete
ruthless.
all those
funny.
comments? Come on, guys.
Like when on Facebook, like we used to, like when in middle school and shit, we'd leave our Facebook open. Your buddies would go to town and put like a gay dude sucking you off or something like that, and like write this whole caption about how you get fucked in the ass on the daily and you love it. And like
at a middle school, bro, that's like
I would let it. It was funny, and I wouldn't delete I'd be like, yo, I got caught slipping. I left my Facebook open when I went to go take a shit. Shouldn't have done that. My buddy got on there, ruined my life. But it's funny, I would leave it up there. So I think YouTube's got to abide by the same honorable system.
And you were doing that in middle school. You're a mature man.
One guy got mad, dude. We literally switched this shit to all this, like, we photoshopped his face on some guy, like BDSM guy getting his ass spanked. And like, his family was super religious, and he called us like, "Who the fuck did that shit?" He's like, my mom won't even talk to me anymore. And we're like, "Damn, that shit works so good." Yeah, boy.
How sad. They deleted all the best comments.
That is sad.
But let's just say this, right? Like I said, this is not a criticism of him being a stand-up, because I think like people to go out of their way to tell him how bad he is at stand-up is kind of uncalled for. You know, you don't have to like his shit.
You don't have to like his shit. I can understand a comment, but you're making 30-minute videos dissecting every shitty thing he's done.
Come
it's
on.
like that's like a little excessive.
You're doing compilation videos.
I get it. You write a funny, witty comment and it's funny. That's cool. But damn, dude, 45 minutes on Premiere, like cutting shit together.
Editing takes a long fucking time.
Editing is tedious, dog. That's effort.
This whole thing started too also because Brendan Schaub said he was going to sue Tiger Belly.
Yeah.
And then God,
that makes no sense.
He was also
That's crazy.
filing a lawsuit against YouTubers like that are defaming him or whatever, whatnot.
That's so lame.
You're never going to win. The internet's going to do what the internet does.
Yeah.
And
they double down.
It's also lame. Like, it's just like everyone is allowed to have an opinion. No one has to like you, and people can say what the fuck they want to say. And it goes in all directions, I believe. I mean, obviously there's exceptions and there's fucking boundaries or whatnot, but like you can't start suing people because they're talking shit.
I go into every video and I like every single comment, whether it's good or bad. Right? And it's not because I'm trying to be next level shit. It's just like some of the comments too, they don't like the shit that I say, but they kind of explain it. I can see that. And they give it a little quick little like.
It's for the algorithm.
Yeah, but if somebody comes up and they're just like, "You're a fucking cum guzzling bitch,"
you clap back real quick.
I clap back and I like the fucking comment.
Bang, bang, bang.
Like, you are too.
And that's what's up.
All right, cool. And I'll just like it. It is what it is. And I understand. He said that he talked to his therapist and his therapist suggested that he doesn't read comments because it messes with him mentally, right?
Yeah.
Which I 100% agree.
For sure.
Probably a good idea.
But when you go on a mission to go ahead and start tearing people down and fuck them over.
Suing people?
Yeah, over something you heard from your team and nothing.
Hearsay.
And you didn't look into yourself personally, you have lost your fucking
Why
mind.
would you not call the guy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just call him.
Just call
Like,
Kalila or
what's
Bobby.
up?
Hey,
What's up?
I saw this thing is connected to your email. Is this true? And then hash it out from there.
Just call the guy.
Don't start with threats. You know what I mean?
That's wild.
Talk it out.
And he was saying that, when you start going after my family and my money and my sponsors, you literally did that to Ariel Helwani. So you're kind of getting back what you fucking put out into the quote unquote universe. So that just is what it is. But at the same time, the people who are going after you, I still don't believe the Reddit thing. And once again, he didn't show proof for it, even though he said he would. So
He's trying to save face, I think.
I think he's trying to save face because, like I said, he blew things out of proportion. He says he has 300 pages, but I think he just blurted that number out. And it's probably like 3 or 4 pages. And he goes, I have 300 pages of evidence.
I have 3 million pages.
Joe Rogan's going to come after you. He's going to kill you and sidekick you into a room.
Spinning sidekick.
Into a room.
And as he's
like a vague, just a vague room.
I know George St. Pierre. He's going to beat you up in French.
Yeah.
He just starts saying these things. And in his head, he's like, stop talking. Stop saying these
I have
things.
to say more.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe, like I said, I don't know him enough to like do a character analysis, but from the outside,
do a character analysis anyway.
It just seems like off the performance, like especially like with the stand-up where like he's trying really hard to perform, almost is like how like Venom, the symbiote, like takes over. It's like that. It's like something like just, he's like, because you said like off camera is way chiller. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe he's trying too hard and he like, it's like almost running downhill and you can't stop.
Yeah,
you know
this is my theory too. Because, off camera too or whatever, you talk to him, he's a super cool dude, right? My problem with that is that I think what happened to him, and once again, this is all just theories and me surmising just from the, whatever the hour interaction I had with him. The moment he tagged himself as a comic, he feels like he has to live up to this expectation of what a comic is.
Yeah.
So now when he started to try to be funny is when he became less funny.
Yeah.
The moments that he had the best, like Brendan Schaub funny moments, were on Joe Rogan's podcast when he wasn't labeling himself a comic. And he was saying these off-comment, funny, random bits. And it was good.
Yeah.
But the moment he said, I'm a comic, he keeps saying it too, as a comic, me as being a comic. You don't have to keep, who in the fucking podcast space who is a stand-up comic keeps calling himself a comic? He constantly does that. Brendan, you're a comic. I get it. You did 2 bad specials. You're now a comic. You're there. But We get it. We fucking get it, dude. You're a comic. I know you're a comic. You go up there, you bomb every night. I get it. I'm kidding. He's definitely a way better comic than I am. But at the end of the day,
Where is it?
Where is it? Finish it off.
Finish it.
Finish it.
they just kill yourself. I'm kidding. We don't ever do those type of jokes on Genius
Nah,
Brain,
bro.
Bobby.
What the fuck?
No. I think for him, he just has to like stop taking himself so fucking seriously.
This happens a lot. I think with just like when you get into comedy, because you're right. It's that label kind of, you're trying to figure out your voice on stage, and really what it is, at least from what I've seen, the best guys that I've seen, it's almost like a circle. Like you start comedy and you're like, okay, like how do I tell a joke? What do I do? I'm scared to shit on stage. You got all these things, these skills you have to learn. Punchlines, setups, suspense, whatever, however you do it. But eventually you come back to just being you on stage.
Yeah.
And those are the best guys. The guys that are like Bill Burr or Louis or Chappelle, like they might exaggerate certain things and they might say things they do not mean because it's funny in the moment. But essentially they are being themselves. So that's like the final evolution. When you get there, it's like, that's when you get like a killer headliner where you're like, ooh, this is
And what I love about those comics too, when I hear their podcast, they always talk about, oh, last night, do I fucking bomb?
Yeah.
Like last time, these are legendary comics.
Yeah.
And they talk about how bad they did the night before. Like I did 2 great sets. The other 3 sets, nobody laughed.
Yeah.
And these are amazing comics. I see their refined special and I'm in tears laughing.
Yeah.
But they still have like the 50% moments where their jokes just aren't hitting.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is too, like with Brendan's good about making jokes about himself.
Yeah.
And then playing off of those jokes. But when somebody else makes fun of him, he gets defensive. He starts bringing out facts or he starts stuttering through and he can't really joke along with it. He gets upset unless it's somebody like Theo Von who makes fun of him in a ridiculous sense.
Sure.
But when he gets shit on, he doesn't know how to roll with these punches. He thinks that he's making fun of himself only when he makes fun of himself.
Yeah.
That's different. Like when people are going at it and you're bantering back and forth, you don't have to get hyper defensive about everything. Like
laugh and move on with it.
Yeah, like the CTE jokes. Once you start making fun of yourself about that and you start rolling with these punches, you start making fun of like your inadequacies.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes a joke that everybody's laughing at. He takes himself way too fucking seriously. And I think that's because also, once again, I'm surmising, he has a lot of pressure because he was the golden boy child of Joe Rogan. So now he feels like he has to live up to that expectation. It's like, dude, Joe Rogan and Tom Segura or whatever, they wouldn't be doing stand-up sets and shows with me if I wasn't good. Yeah, they would. They 100% would. He is a funny guy. I have laughed at some of his videos.
Yeah, for sure.
It's right there.
Yeah.
But then
he just has to figure it out.
He just needs to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then the people around him too. Like, why aren't you fucking helping this dude, man?
I'm sure they are. I think comedy is just one of those things. It's like I don't know what, some complicated baking. What's a fucking like a thing that takes forever to bake?
A cake.
Whatever.
Any cake.
A cake. It takes an hour to, but on minute 15, you're already like, yo, be a cake already. It's like, you can't. It just, there's time is an element that needs to, that's also why comedy is so cool. Because it's like, I can tell somebody that's never done comedy, like these things will make people laugh. X, Y, and Z, follow these steps. And they might get a little chuckle here or there, but you have to fucking do it and be in it and just feel that fire, that heat, and then you come out on the other side like, okay, now I'm a comic. You know what I mean? But there's a time element to it. And everyone's time is different. Eddie Murphy, 3 years. For some reason, Michael Jordan shit, that happens. Other guys, 15 years. Other guys, 8. But that's what's so cool about it. It's so fucking real. And you have to go through that furnace to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
And do it.
And also like to defend like Brendan too. You know, for people to go in and just start shitting on him because he's trying to be a comic. And I think what happens is like, no.
David So.
No.
And that's all he says.
And that's the end of the podcast, guys. No. Like
The video just cuts out. For me to defend Brendan, cuts.
You know,
This is the shittiest comedy special I've ever seen. Click. Delete it again. Fuck.
None of these are sticking.
God damn it.
that is what happened.
Just delete these fucking comments, man.
I got cited for bullying. And then, like, for people to go out of their way to make a whole channel about how much he sucks, it's like, listen, we all know this. All right. Like, you don't have to go out and shit on this guy while he's down.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we know
Double
this.
down, boy.
Yeah, the fucking, the Rotten Tomato score says it all. Like, we get it.
I'm just saying, when you open up Adobe Premiere to shit on somebody, that's a bit much.
Bro.
Final Cut.
I don't understand.
Damn, dude.
Like,
That's just expensive,
You open
bro.
that's a monthly
That's an
subscription.
investment,
That's
yeah.
a month. They don't
you gotta
even
go
even
into
buy.
After Effects and do graphics and shit.
Damn,
Like,
yeah.
dog. The thumbnail, you gotta do that.
The thumbnail,
Damn,
bro. Fuck.
that's a lot of work.
this is the thing.
Get
though.
a job.
I understand why you don't like his stand-up, but I don't understand why you hate him for it.
Yeah.
I think, why do you hate him for not making
can't
you
respect
laugh?
the
Don't
attempt.
hate. Yeah, don't
You know
hate
what I
the
mean?
guy.
Yeah, why do you hate him for what?
Respect the attempt.
He's trying.
And I was reading some of the comments,
Tremendous.
and people are saying that, hey, it's because, he doesn't deserve what he has. Who the fuck cares? He has it now. What are you
Yeah.
going to do about it?
He's still winning.
Who are
you know?
you to decide that he doesn't deserve it?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still
who the
working.
fuck are you?
Yeah,
are
who
you?
the fuck are you? Okay, so
Zeus? Get the
listen.
fuck out of here, dog.
Zeus, like a fucking lightning bolt. What's wrong with you,
Get
bro?
the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Whoa, who are you,
You got
dog?
thunder, bro?
Shut
Jesus
up.
Christ.
Because
Shut up.
clearly people do find him funny because he has shows that are being sold out. So yeah, somebody's finding him entertaining.
Somebody.
Why does this always sound bad?
Why you say it like that, bro? Somebody.
Like anything.
People. There's a lot of people that fuck with Brendan Schaub heavy, right?
when you're trying to say something nice, though, I see this little glimmer in your eye.
That's the Asian
Like
parent in
you
it, bro.
wanna, like,
That's the Asian shit.
You want?
I'm not saying
It's like
anything.
it's right there. Like it's
Listen.
like I could take a turn
And he
here,
goes,
but I
nah.
won't.
Listen.
It's there though. I see the
This is-
thought
no,
bubble.
it's
I
not.
see. I see like
You're
the
making it way worse than this. He's gonna beat me up now, dude.
iPhone thought bubble go bloop, bloop. And he goes, no,
Okay.
don't say that.
I'm just gonna say
I'll
this.
say this instead.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
just
say
gonna
this.
say this. All right. In order for this to truly be squashed between like Bobby and Brendan, I think the only thing that Brendan Schaub, stop. Let me do this.
Yeah.
The only thing
this
that,
out, get this out.
that
Sorry,
Brendan Schaub can do is honestly, he has to go into a room, think about what he did, and then watch his special. That's punishment.
Which one though? Which
Both
one?
of them back to back. Oh shit, they suck. But listen,
Yeah, I knew it was there.
okay.
I knew it was coming. I knew
I
it.
just want to do it because it's so fun.
Yeah,
And it's not
it's
even,
okay.
I gotta tell you, he's really cool to me. He was super cool to me. And I'm
Yeah.
really cool with him too. But I didn't like how he conducted himself. And by the way, I openly stated on Tiger Belly that anybody fucks with Bobby Lee, that I would fuck them up. But it would just have to be Brendan Schaub. Why a
Of all
top
people.
10 former UFC heavyweight fighter? Why? Out of
Yeah.
all the people, that guy would kill me, dude.
yeah. He'd kill anybody in here, dude.
He killed
He's
his
a
whole
big
room.
motherfucker, dude.
I'll tell you, I respect the guy though, man. The guy has built a fucking empire.
A real empire.
Also, respect for going on and like at least
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a
dude.
difficult conversation to have.
because that shit was mad uncomfortable.
That was uncomfortable. Like that was like he didn't have to do that, you
Mhm.
know. So he went on there, and at least I didn't see the whole thing, but from what I saw, he was pretty much willing to listen and be like, "I fucked up," you know.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the whole thing. But from the
Pat
parts
didn't
that I
watch
saw,
any of it.
yeah, I saw the
Yeah,
thumbnail.
because
I
who
was
the
like, "All
fuck
right, I
really
get it."
cares? really what it is.
Well, I was trying to, but then I was like, "Fuck, this is so awkward," and like,
It's just
Yeah.
high
I was
school
like, I just
shit.
want to know. Yeah, and it's high schooly, and I was like, man, what the fuck? And then Bobby Lee, I feel bad for Bobby Lee because he
He's
just
just
seems
sitting there.
sad.
Yeah.
Like he literally had like he was like just chilling on Monday.
It's like, I don't
Then
even
it
know
was
how to use the internet.
Tuesday, and then there's all this shit that cracked off.
Yeah.
Like he's just woke up like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
It sucks.
Bobby Lee is like the true victim in this whole
Of
thing.
course, yeah.
And Bobby has his flaws too out in his personal life, but we can't bring up his past shit for this specific situation.
No one's perfect.
Yeah.
No one's perfect. Bobby Lee's
everyone's a
definitely
piece of
not
shit.
perfect. But in this case, like you said, this case, like he actually
He just blindsided.
0% was
Everyone
involved in
shit on
anything.
him. Everybody was just like trying to cancel this
Who
fool.
was
talking
shitting on? Who
mad
was shitting
shit.
on him?
Well, the whole thing about Bryan Callen,
Yeah.
Oh, like his them like hitting up. Yeah.
The funniest part
Uh-huh.
about that podcast is literally him explaining to Brendan how technologically inept he is. And then later on in the podcast, he confirms it. He goes, dude, we could go ahead and just let's go find the email and let's compare emails to email. And he goes, what's our email? Like, dude, this fool literally doesn't know anything. I'm like, God damn it.
What's our email?
yeah, that's
The whole podcast is two guys who don't know how the internet works.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's why I'm like, this is so stupid.
It really is.
It really is dumb,
It blew up out of fucking nothing.
Seems like, like, whoa. It just doesn't make any sense.
What's your final piece of advice to squash all this? For real.
I think Brendan Schaub just needs to just fucking stay in your lane, bro. Just do you. You're doing perfectly fine. Like, if you truly don't give a fuck about the comments or whatever, even if it was some comic that you knew that was talking shit behind your back, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
They're not your friends. They're not in your circle. Let them talk shit.
Yeah.
Let them. You have no idea how much people talk shit about me. It always comes to me all the time.
What do people say about you, David?
Oh my God, that I'm loud, I'm rude, that I always have opinions about their work, which is 100% true.
Yeah.
It's that's why I'm not mad at that. It's like, yeah, dude, there was somebody that I won't say their name. I did a podcast about how much I hated the movie that he was in. All right. His name rhymes with Bang B.
Bang B.
It was a movie named Bang B.
Boom, boom.
And I heard through the grapevine that this fool was mad at me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like the movie that he was in. It's like, dude.
Movie was kind of whack.
Yeah. And also, did you make this movie?
Yeah. Hey, I'm happy for you. You made money.
I do movie reviews.
Movie was.
I'm not supposed to review it.
Hey, let's be honest though. Movie was kind of whack.
Oh yeah, dude, but I loved it so much.
Can I tell
We
you?
need a camera for just that sign.
When I saw that in theaters, I was like, yo, it was pretty good. And then,
we're caught up in the hype. Dude.
Hold up, bro. Hold on. Let me explain myself,
Caught up in the hype.
I can't like a movie the first time I watch it.
You get excited.
I can't have different opinions after I watch it at home.
Yeah,
go ahead, Chinese supremacists. Go ahead.
Go.
So Taiwan's not a country. No, but
wow.
Whoa, dude.
No, so I watched it a second time.
Whoa.
And it was, to me, it wasn't as good the second time.
Listen,
all I needed was a one time.
The movie wasn't like a 1. I'm just saying it wasn't good.
It wasn't a 1.
Yeah. There was just a lot of things that were just fucking
What was
dumb
better, Brendan Schaub's special or Bang B?
Oh, let me tell you something. That's a tough one. I would say this, Shang-Chi was 10 times better than that special. And at least I got something out of it.
Yeah, what did you get out of it?
We had the uplifting of our culture.
True.
Right?
Michelle Yeoh,
which I fucking love.
Yeah.
Nora, who I fucking love.
Yeah.
Aquafina.
Dope as shit. Also, too, dope ass fight scenes.
The fight scenes were sick. Fight scenes were sick.
Fire. And also,
he looked good doing those fight scenes.
Fight scenes were cool.
And Tony Liu. That dude was fire too.
Tony Liu. Hey, Simu Liu, that guy did his own stunts.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he did his own stunts.
He wore his own Letterman jacket, I heard too.
Oh,
there it is.
Shit. That's pretty sick.
If you guys ever go to Disneyland, right, and you get to go to the Avengers area, you'll see the guy who plays Shang-Chi, and it's just that guy from like UC Irvine wearing a Letterman jacket. I'm like, bro, that's so fucked up. How come everybody gets a suit but Shang-Chi?
Yeah, bro.
The disrespect.
A Letterman jacket, though?
They couldn't give him, bro, and he was wearing Vans. I was like, yo, you guys couldn't give him a costume?
It was just a guy.
Like, you couldn't give him a suit of armor or something? Like, in the movie? Like, he's wearing jeans, and then, like, they gave him that fucking vest.
The Letterman's jacket
The dragon skin vest. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
And he had Vans on.
In the final scene, I was like, this is what he's going to fight his dad with the 10 rings, bro?
That's the thing. I was upset. I'm like, why did they fucking screw over this guy and give him just skinny jeans and Vans and then a scaly vest? You guys are such assholes.
Bro, make him take his shirt off. The dude's jacked. You know what I mean?
All the time.
In the comic book, this motherfucker is wearing just like the Bruce Lee pants and he's jacked, right? That's his outfit. You guys couldn't do that in the movie?
They couldn't even make him look so fucking dope as shit.
Yeah.
Some superhero shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow, that's
so
whack.
upset about
That's
that.
so funny, dude.
But for some reason, the guy thought I'm taking a shot at him. It's like, you're not, you're not Shang-Chi, right? Like, you're a person. You're a human being.
You know you're not Shang-Chi, right?
Like, you're not this person in this movie.
Yeah.
I do movie reviews. I'm going to review this movie that people ask.
Yeah.
That sucked.
David So style, you know what I mean?
That's
But
all that is.
there were some positives. Like you said, there were some positives.
No, and I said the positives on the
good.
podcast.
There you go. Bang.
Which is great too, by the way. And listen, I don't dislike that guy at all. I just did a movie review. And that's all that it is. Same thing with Brendan Schaub. I don't know him personally. I'm only talking about the stuff that I saw on the podcast.
Yeah.
And like I said, if I give him some advice, is maybe cool your fucking jets before you go on this whole Sue happy thing.
You hear that?
Because
Cool your jets, guys.
for 5, I understand. He goes, 5 years, I've been taking this verbal abuse. Brendan, so has everybody else.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Reddit thread on me? Dude, there was this funny ass Reddit thread. It's not funny, but it's funny. But it's funny because they said that I entrapped Mariel, that she was in an abusive relationship because on the podcast, I said I was going to punch her in the pussy. Which is clearly a joke.
Yeah, obviously.
But they did a whole TikTok and they put it on Reddit.
Oh my God.
Look at her eyes. She looks like she's trapped.
People are crazy, dog.
Speculation is crazy.
I showed it to Mariel and she was cracking up. She was like, what the fuck? What is this? I don't know.
I feel like Brendan Schaub, like the Will Smith thing is like, you know how Will Smith like just snapped and finally just slapped a motherfucker because he's been dealing with all this shit. It's like Brendan Schaub's version of that. You know what I mean? Where he didn't slap anybody, but he's like because it makes no sense to pop off that much.
Yeah.
Over something that
nothing.
all you could have done was just, hey, Bobby, so I heard about the stuff. Is this true? And even then, I wouldn't have even gone that far. I would have just been like, whatever.
I would have like, what's going on?
Because I really don't believe that investigation thing is true.
But
I just don't believe it.
It sounds like they just don't understand how Reddit works either.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
There's no fucking way on a Reddit thread where there's a bunch of people who are clearly saying inflammatory things, like throughout the whole space, which none of it is actual clear evidence. They're using that as a foundation to go after it.
Why would Bobby Lee do that? What is the motive?
The guy doesn't even brush his teeth.
Why? What?
He has 7 teeth left in his mouth. What the fuck do you think he's going to do on the internet to go in and take you down? He wakes up at 6 p.m.
What reason?
I don't know. There's no reason.
It just, that's what I'm saying. It makes zero sense.
If anything, he should have given him the benefit of the doubt because he calls him his brother. He says he loves him.
Should have talked to him.
That's his boy.
Should have talked to him.
Exactly. And Bryan Callen's the worst of all. He's the one that I'm so sad about.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me either.
Brendan, I get it. He's a little hot-headed, maybe a little CTE. Doesn't really know Bobby like that.
But Bryan Callen knows
that. Fool wild, bro.
Yeah. Bryan Callen, he knows him like that. And, I thought for the longest time with Bryan Callen that his tough guy shit was a bit.
Yeah, me too.
He's not a bit.
It's real.
He's actually a jackass.
He really thinks that.
He thinks he's Mr. Tough Guy.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
I thought it was a joke, too.
It was a good bit, too.
There was this clip of Joe Rogan and Brendan shitting on Bryan Callen because Bryan Callen was like, dude, if somebody ever bullies me, I'll go to their house and I'll fuck them up. And then Joe's just like, dude, cut this shit out. He goes,
nobody that actually would do that would talk about it like that.
Yeah, and Joe Rogan was like, your problem is that you hang around with a bunch of dudes that talk just like you and all you guys wouldn't do shit. And Joe Rogan is calling him out.
Yeah.
He goes, all of you guys just feed into this bullshit. None of you would do any of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then Brendan's like, oh, you don't think I would? Like, I would fucking do that. But I thought he was doing a bit.
Like a joke, yeah.
But it wasn't. That's him.
That's pretty wild.
And now I'm sad. I'm sad as fuck because I think he's so fucking funny.
He is funny.
It's hard to like watch him now because now I know that's not a bit. It's him.
That shit's wild.
What do you do here?
What do you do?
I don't know, man.
I think it's just. I mean, yeah. If you're Bobby Lee and you just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, like I said, I just feel bad for him, and it's just gonna take time. But Brendan Schaub, I don't know. It seems like he's burning a lot of bridges,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like what.
And look,
this shit's dumb as fuck.
We've all had, and look, I'm not saying I'm above anything because like we've all had our personal dramas too.
Of course,
and, we had it on this podcast. I am on this podcast with like JK film drama stuff that we all had to figure out and squash. But it never went to the point like this. Like this is crazy shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
this
it really is
weird, crazy shit.
It is.
So I don't know, man. Brendan Schaub, dude. Listen, man. If you want to come on this podcast and give me some views.
If you want to bless this podcast real quick.
By the way, I am going to have 7 bodyguards here.
Yeah.
All fully armed with guns.
Yeah.
And Nick.
And machetes.
Yeah.
And
just
Nick.
In case you go 0 to 100 on my ass for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn, dude. Hey, what happened with Amber Heard?
Oh,
you
yes,
told me that. What's going on? Because you told me some shit.
Okay.
What are the updates?
Well, she's been on the witness stand. So they're cross-examining her, and then her explanations of most things are just very sus. Like she's seems
super sus.
She just sounds like she's just lying about everything, and she's constantly contradicting herself. Like she's literally playing dumb,
making stuff up on the spot, and it's so bad. It hurts me to watch.
Oh my god!
Much like
Much like what?
Huh.
Much.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you could like compare it to that you've seen recently that you're like not really happy with?
Just hurts your soul a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
something that's like
so
makes
bad.
you go,
ooh, it's so bad.
Like, you guys continually try to make me look bad.
No, I'm
not
asking. Like, is there anything that you can compare her acting performance to that you just like don't really like
in terms of entertainment, like quality and just
yeah.
Wow.
Amber Heard is a saint.
Oh.
And free Amber Heard. Hashtag free Amber Heard.
I think I can fix her, bro.
Okay.
I think that's the craziest thing you said. That's wild.
The funniest thing, there's this one clip that everybody saw that had me dying laughing that I don't think people realize how funny it is. It's her just on the spot trying to put evidence against Johnny Depp, which she clearly didn't speak with her lawyer about him having a jar of cocaine.
Her poor lawyers, dude.
Yeah. She just goes like, oh yeah. And then I saw him, he had this jar, which, when I think about it now, it was clearly cocaine, a jar of cocaine. And like, she just thought about it on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you literally just say on stand that when I think about it now, it was clearly a jar of cocaine? I could just picture her lawyer going, what the fuck?
I feel like that's constant too.
I fear her lawyers are so dumb that they probably were like, yeah, that's dope.
Got him.
Dude, her lawyers
Case
are
closed.
actively like trying to question her while she's on the stand, like kind of like feeding her like, hey, these are the things that
dropping the ball.
Yeah, these are the things that we talked about. And
damn.
then the Johnny Depp's lawyers are like, hearsay, leading the witness, blah, 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 saying all this stuff. And the lawyer just like,
we got nothing.
We can't get this chick to remember her lines, right?
Her fake crying shit is the funniest part. So people have recorded specific parts of her forgetting that she has to there's this part where she goes, and then my dog stepped on a bee. And she starts crying. And she goes, it's like, hold on.
And her face goes like, and it's like, I don't even know what she was trying to talk about.
Well, the funny part about that is like, that's not the part where you cry, Amber.
Yeah.
You're supposed to cry later.
Yeah.
Not at this part of the story. I think she forgot.
You missed your cue.
Yeah, she missed her cue. She goes, my dog stepped on a bee. It's like, yo, hold on a second. What are you doing? And so throughout the court case, you'll see these clips. And I watched like a 10-minute, it wasn't a clip, but it was just a whole thing.
Oh.
And it was her crying. And then when they give her another question in the between, they're deliberating. And she forgets that she still has to continue to cry.
Oh,
so she just goes,
Ooh.
whoa, psycho.
straight face. And I think at that moment, she starts to realize that she's not crying anymore. And then she starts getting all sad again. So there's these moments where she's forgetting to continue to act.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Which is so insane.
That is insane.
Yeah. And so you'll see a compilation of her crying and then stop crying and then just kind of staring off.
Whoa.
Because she forgot.
What a fucking lunatic, dude. How long is this fucking trial, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, forever.
It's pretty obvious that she's full of shit.
But I told you, like, Ukraine war is over.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
That war's gone.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, what's going
This trial
on?
is stopping the war, I think.
Yeah.
100%. Nobody's
Peace.
fighting in Russia right now. We must watch these go down, please. Please,
The
don't.
dog step on the bee?
What happened?
Damn,
dog.
You step on me, you cry, please. Please, don't care, please.
I saw a clip of she was getting off the stand and like kind of jury court was like kind of like everyone was like getting up to go out or something, and Johnny Depp kind of like says something to I think a juror, so I don't know who he was talking to, but he shakes hands with somebody and she sees him and they're like kind of close and she goes
The worst acting ever.
And the security guards had to come in like,
whoa,
like something was gonna happen. Like he was gonna like stab her in the neck or something.
yeah, in court.
Who knows? Could have
God
happened.
damn, bro.
And so Johnny Depp too in court, he's always wearing sunglasses and he's never making eye contact with her because he literally said, "You will never ever meet my eyes ever again. You will never look into
Because
my
there's
eyes."
nothing behind her.
That's
eyes.
like a vampire curse or something.
Yeah.
You will never meet my eyes. You will never lock eyes with me
That's some
ever
ancient
again.
curses.
That's
huh?
an ancient
You will
medieval
never take
shit.
my soul.
That's some medieval shit, dude.
Yeah, and so he's in the courtroom and he's not looking at her ever. And he always has sunglasses on.
That dude's charismatic as fuck, dude.
Dude,
I hope he wins.
Dude, you talk about somebody should do a special for the first time.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
I was on
That
one.
boy got some jokes, dude.
Yeah, dropped a grumpy.
You know, when you
Call it
guys
a
watch the
grumpy?
trial, do you guys ever think like all those people sitting in the back, they're just probably just bystanders, right? They're just random
Yeah.
people that just walk in.
Legally, you can walk in. You can go to a court, like if you wanted to, and just walk in and sit down and watch a case. Like that's
for
your
reals?
That's your right as a citizen. Yeah,
Can we do that?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we
I
gotta
mean,
do
I
that,
might have
guys.
just, I
We
might
should
have
just
just made
go.
that up. Let's look that up.
You said it so
It sounded-
no.
I'm pretty sure. Look, okay, this is something.
Pat,
This is your American right.
This is the fighter and the kid. We just do things off hearsay.
Okay, well, look, I've definitely been
We
in
talking
court.
shit.
And look, I've been in court for like my personal
Random people
shit.
just walk in.
Well, I walked in and no one checked me in or anything. I could have just been a
Who's
guy.
a homie in the staff? Hey, what's up, Pat?
there's no like guard at the front door that's like, hey, why are you here? You walk in, you go through a security fucking thing, and then you could just walk into any court. Like you can.
Pop your head. in.
Really?
I mean, I could have walked into another courtroom and probably sat there. No one was like, hey, why are you here? Like it's just like you're just a guy in the room.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure you can. I think it's your. I think
They always
I
said-
think
Is that
it
in
is-
like civil court though?
There might be certain cases where that's not allowed because I know, like, remember Ghislaine, they didn't let cameras in her thing because it's like I guess federal cases are different. And so they have a fucking artist instead of someone just taking pictures.
Yeah, dude.
They got some dude doing.
They should still film it.
Why are you still? That's the outdated as fuck. You got some dudes with color pencils in the corner. Like, just take a fucking picture
They
with
need
your
their jobs, bro.
Well, not even that.
Right now.
It's being recorded. There's a video camera in there.
Where?
Would you like in the courtroom?
Oh,
What's the point of drawing the whole thing out?
You want to show talent.
Somebody right now is pissed at us because like that's my job.
What is that? Wait, what is that job? Where do you go on Indeed and go, I want to be the color pencil guy in courtrooms? Like, who's?
I think it's just one of those old things that they just want to keep around
just
for
stick
old
around.
time's sake.
They should bring back the.
You know what's weird too is the cloaks. The judges wear these fucking weird wizard robes.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. That either you get the only places that wear them is the judge and when you get your hair cut at a barbershop. Those are the only people. Like, that's the only people buying these wizard cloaks are those.
Have you guys
two.
ever been called in for jury duty?
Yeah,
No,
I have.
Oh, you're lucky. Well, I got called in a few times, but you know I can't go because I'm the only source of income for myself. So you call me in, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like I can't leave because if it gets called in, I'm gone for a week. You can't pay me for a whole week.
Yeah.
Like I literally cannot do this. I have
Don't they
my
pay
own
you
business.
fucking nothing anyway?
Like $20 a day.
Yeah, bro.
It's
And
like-
that's for parking anyway.
You just got to be crazy in the jury selection. Did
I
you
heard
get
that
picked?
shouldn't even work.
What do you mean?
I heard
If you walk in and you're like, I'm a white supremacist, they're probably not going to pick you.
they'd be like, "Yeah, nice try. Come on."
Yeah.
Go
You
to the
have to
jury
have a
pool.
very specific bias. So it's like,
It's got to
I
be
know-
subtle enough.
yeah. So my friend that got called in, it was like this thing for like it's like bank robbery or type of shit, right? But then he said like, listen, like my family has a bunch of felonies. My brother just is in prison for jacking cars. Like I don't feel comfortable with this shit. 'Cause that's a bias,
Yeah.
you know.
Shit.
So you just gotta,
You just got to be subtle enough.
yeah. But his
Can't be
was
too
his was
crazy.
truthful. It was honest.
Mm.
But that's the reason why, because he had a bias in the court case, and they wouldn't allow him to be on.
Yeah.
But I haven't been called because I got called like 2 or 3 times, but I can't do it because
Such a waste of time, dude.
yeah, it's like you can't.
Yeah,
There's
what
no
the
way
fuck?
that if I'm the sole person in my business, you can't take me away for 2 weeks. I'm fucked. Like it's
Yeah.
not going to work out.
Dude, fuck all that. You get like you just sit there and watch this bullshit.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of old people that want to do it for free.
There's some I've met people that are like, I want to be called, and I'm like, whoa, you're fucking nuts, dude.
You don't have anything
You're
to do,
a
huh?
fucking weirdo,
Why
huh?
the fuck would you want to be called to that shit?
Boring as fuck.
It wastes your whole fucking. Even just like almost getting selected, it just wastes like 3 days at your fucking life, and you have to be at the courthouse all fucking day for 3 days. It's annoying.
Court sucks, dude.
The only reason you get called to court after you register to vote, or
Yeah, that's why I don't register to vote, bro.
No, because I wasn't. No,
Yeah,
honestly, I
Boy,
wasn't.
you're more not trying to get jury duty, okay?
I think you could still get called without being registered.
I think it's if
to
you're a
vote.
citizen, right? You
Yeah.
have to get called.
They'll find you.
I should have kept my green card, bro.
They find
Yeah,
you.
dog.
They'll find your
Go
ass.
find me, dog.
There's a little guy walks up to you and he's like, "Hey,
I'm like, oh, what is this? And I'm
this is a
like, got
picture
served.
picture of his dick."
And I'm like,
Oh my god, this is where we're gonna end the podcast. Well, let me end the podcast on this.
oh shit! Let's go, my guy.
Hey man,
It's just expensive as fuck.
damn, you gotta drink it up.
Listen,
Final words.
I love Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All these jokes
Don't
about
look at me, bro. Look at the camera.
Yeah.
Look at
Talk
all
to
these
the
jokes
people.
that I
Talk to the
made
people.
about his
Talk to the
stand-up
kids.
special
Sorry.
is simply because I like making jokes.
Yeah.
I don't have a personal vendetta against
You
him.
should hear how he talks to us.
Yeah. The way we talk about this guy right here, you want to talk about some fucking suing, he shoots the fuck out of me. Right?
That's true.
I got a fucking case on this.
That's
dude.
true.
Yeah, the whole podcast about fucking defamatory language.
Just
Literally-
evidence.
I literally said his skin looks like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
My
It's just
God.
hours of
Which
evidence.
ain't that bad though. Like, let's be real.
Listen,
I look like a bandit.
don't
You
don't
got
chop
Band-Aid.
up this whole thing and make
It's
a
gonna get chopped
compilation.
up.
I
It's
feel
chopped
like
up.
one of the channels that make, Brendan Schaub shit stuff, they're gonna chop up my thing.
Oh, dude.
And Brendan, when your team gets a hold of this, I want you to call me directly, and then we'll talk about it.
This
'Cause
is not going to make it in the final cut.
listen, I need views. So
Yeah.
I want you to come on this podcast
Yeah.
and then defend yourself
Mm.
at all costs, because I will back you up.
Verbally.
Don't you assault me?
Dude.
I'll tell you this. I will scream so fucking loud. They will.
Yeah.
My relatives in Korea are gonna hear it. I fucking dare you to touch me, dude.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a fucking lawsuit coming? I'll white people sue the shit out of you, dude.
White
Yeah.
people style.
White
Especially
people
because I
style.
lost all my money in crypto.
Yeah.
All right, so let's
need
go. Your boys, I'm about to suck some dick out in these streets.
Hell yeah.
You can find Patrick at patrick.t.riley on Instagram doing his stand-up thing. Check him out on his shows. Boo him for me. And then we got Nick the Ear. You could catch him at Lionheart Jiu-Jitsu Academy out in Pasadena. Shout out to our boy Jeremy
Zargami.
I know he didn't ask me to plug his thing, but I'm doing it anyways because I like you because you're
he's
sweet.
A gem. He's a gem.
Yeah,
He's a
check
nice
out
guy.
Lionheart Jiu-Jitsu. Nick is going to be teaching classes. You can check out NTE Strong for that physical education type of needs and shit.
Bang, bang.
And
Program's
Nick the
coming
Ear
soon
on Instagram. Genius Brain every Sundays at 12 p.m. We'll see you all next time. Bitch!